What sounds like a better summer treat than anything? A la mode. You like some pie? And I like some pie. Well, this is called cherry a la mode. It's a fruited sour from the very famous Untitled Arts. We know they're big time on sours as well as their stouts. Why don't we see how this type of a la mode in beer form, cherry a la mode, stacks up right after the theme song. Welcome into the Midland studio as per usual with your host, Nutmeg 2 Palmetto. A nice little collaboration here. It's summertime. Pies a la mode come breaking through the seams and whatnot. So this one is definitely themed off of that. Cherry a la mode, fruited sour. They may have, and this is actually a collaboration with Corporate Ladder. So Untitled out of Waunakee, Wisconsin. Although if the Canadian beer tubers could correct me, I thought they were originally out of Canada. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought they were. I thought they were like Collective Arts, but I don't know. I could be wrong. And Corporate Ladder, who they did the collaboration with, is out of Palmetto, Florida. So it's funny, on Untappd, this is the same beer by the collaboration. It says it's with Corporate Ladder, but it's called Cherry Sour a la mode as opposed to the can name, which just says Cherry a la mode, fruited sour. But it does say it's a collaboration, so I'm pretty sure this is correct. It's a 6% fruited Berliner Weiss as per Untappd. It is also listed at 6% on the can. Berliner Weiss style ale with cherry concentrate and milk sugar. Berliner Weiss style ale with cherry juice. Oh, okay. There's actually a little different on the can. So that was on Untappd, but on the can it says Berliner Weiss style ale with cherry juice concentrate, cinnamon, and natural flavors. So I mean, either way they both sound amazing. So I'm not gonna complain. But it's interesting that there's that little bit of difference there. Brewed and canned by Untitled Art, Waunakee, Wisconsin, in collaboration with Corporate Ladder Brewing. Artwork by Stephanie Hammond. Hammond. I apologize if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. Hamen. So, the can is actually kind of looks like strawberries on the can. Like there's a big image right there up in the corner that looks like the side of a strawberry, not necessarily the side of a cherry. But the rest of it is kind of, there's all these little white squares to me, which to me look like windows on the side of a building. So I don't know if it's kind of like a post-apocalyptic world deal, and they kind of painted it all red to go with, or pink rather, to go with the cherry vibe. But that's all I can find in the can. That's all I can find on Untappd. I will go over the check-ins. There is quite a lot of them, so I don't know if this is, like I said, if the base beer was a different one and they're just kind of playing off of the original post, because there's 6,656 check-ins, 6,042 unique, 5,599 ranked. However, it is a very, very, very good ranking, 4.28 global number, so that's exceptional. Maybe I'll flip that upside down. It is super fresh. I didn't get it that long ago, but it does say best by 6/2/2024. That's a year. That's roughly a year away from when I'm recording this. So I'm not worried about freshness in the least, and that's another reason that makes me think that it's the base beer is something common they do, because if it's a collaboration they just did recently, how do they already have 6,600 check-ins? But that's okay. I'm excited to try it and get right into it, so let's do just that. I won't go full shake cam from one flight down, but give it a little shake. Or it shouldn't have. Oh, it's a messy look. Oh my goodness, that looks like fruit punch. Look at that pink head. This is so cool that it's got this big, fluffy, bright pink head on it. It's not incredibly common. I mean, obviously it's more common with penguins, but even when I think back to the Luxurious Luxury from the veil that I had, I'll throw the card up there, even that one didn't, like, the head still had some level of white to it. This head is just all pink. That's like cotton candy bubblegum pink. Color-wise, obviously it's red. It's a very dark, thick red. There's definitely light coming through it, but very, very subtly. I know that my full multi-glass has a lot of graphics on it. But there's definitely some edge light on it. However, what I can say is, so obviously you saw the pop, and it didn't. It kind of had a little bit of fun to play around with me there, but that made me think, like, okay, maybe this is not highly fruited. But being that this color is so thick and dark, I think, like, okay, it's got to be somewhat highly fruited. Let's get the nose. Totally the sweetness. Was it? Neither said vanilla, did they? Or marshmallow. That's a lot of what I get. It's like a marshmallow vanilla type. I can actually get the cinnamon a bit. So the can says cinnamon. I can get that a little bit, and it really works nice with the sweetness. That's probably from the milk sugar, I imagine. But not getting the cherry. If I really try, I can pull out a little faint bit of a fruit note, which is probably the cherry. But it's so subtle. It's really getting buried by the cinnamon and likely the milk sugar. So why do you say we not waste more time and take a sip? I promise that was all the head. I didn't take a cheater sip. That ranking was on point. Let's talk about it. So one thing I will note about this on the flavor. If you are the type of person that a lot of sweetness bothers you in a beer, find someone to split this with. I don't want to tell you to avoid it because it's really, really freaking good. But find somebody to split it with, because if you're very sensitive to that, I don't think you'll be able to do an entire can of this. Unless you just want to throw inhibition to the wind and be a savage for the day. So, it's really interesting. It doesn't taste like cinnamon, but it has the mouthfeel that a lot of cinnamon beers do. Very comparable. There is somewhat of a juice. I want to, like, cherry and cranberry always are in my brain, to my palate. A lot of times they're like kissing cousins. And that I get a lot of the flavor of drinking cranberry juice. And I know that's not what this is, but that's what it reminds me of. So it's on some sips, it's like the juice cuts the sweetness, and on other sips, it's like the sweetness cuts the juice. So it kind of does play a little dance in your mouth. It is very good. I would definitely recommend that if you see it, if you can grab it. Just be aware if you're sensitive to sweet beers, because the likelihood that you would be able to drink that on your own, if that's not necessarily your thing, is probably pretty low. Hopefully you don't think pretty low of me. If you like my content, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell. If you want to send me a beer, recommend a beer to me, or just chit-chat me up and make a new friend, email me, nutmeg2palmetto@gmail.com. Social media is your thing, and you want the rest of my nonsense, follow me on my channels, TikTok and Instagram @nutmeg2palmetto. There you go, beer for breakfast, facts for snacks. And if fruit sours are your thing, work your way down to the comments. The first one pinned below has a link to a playlist of the other fruit sours I've reviewed in the past. No complaints on that. Cheers, friends. I'll see you next time.